Hi, everyone, and welcome to the season 2 of the Amazing Tennis Podcast. In this season, I will be interviewing a lot of coaches and a lot of players that have been on tour or are on tour currently and their insights and experiences of what it is to be on a professional tour. Hi, everyone. In today's episode, we're going to have Nefisa Berberovic. She's a professional tennis player from Bosnia and Herzegovina, the country where I'm originally from. We used to play together Fed Cup for the same country. She started playing tennis when she was 4.5 years old in her hometown Tuzla. She was a national champion in all junior categories, has won third place at European Championship, 16 and under, and fifth place at European Masters. In 2018, she won a silver medal at 18 Mediterranean Games played in Tarragona, and with that result made a historic achievement for Bosnia and Herzegovina. At Pro Tour, she has won 7 singles titles and 11 doubles titles. She made her WTA Tour debut at the 2022 Strasbourg as a lucky loser, becoming the first Bosnian in a WTA main draw since 2013. She won against former top 10 player Sloane Stephens in the first round, the first Bosnian player to win a match since 2004. Her career high rankings are 221 WTA, and she's just an amazing person, an amazing friend. And in today's conversation, we're gonna hear a lot about her mental struggles with injuries, overcoming them, the battles on and off the court, some of her biggest lessons that she's learned in her tennis career from her coaches. And this was a really great conversation, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. Well, hi everyone, and hi Nefisa again.
Hi, Emma.
So for everyone, we are redoing this. We're redoing this episode.
Yes.
This is actually the first time that this happened to me. So I guess we just needed to talk one more time.
Yes, and second time is gonna be better. So
You see, I think that the first one is always the best. Like the first, you're just talking, and it's just like
no filter, and everything is going out.
Yes, yeah. Now, we can think about what we talked about. We can think oh, I said this, or I can fix this. There was but it was just flowing so naturally and went by so fast. I didn't even ask you all the questions, but well, either way, regardless, I'm super happy that I get to see you again, that we get to talk again.
Yes, me too. Yes, me too.
Yeah, because last time it was really great, and we chatted a lot. I already introduced you, so let's talk about again your where you're at right now. With your injury. Tell me a little bit more, like what injury you had, when you had it, and what you're going through, like currently at this moment. What's happening?
Okay. Well, right now I'm at home in Bosnia, in Tuzla, and I am doing my recovery. So it's consisting of 2 practices a day. And first of all, I want to tell that I had injury of my left knee. I had surgery of medial meniscus. So it's I kind of had a really big rupture of medial meniscus, and they managed to sew it and to save it. So it's better for the future for me. So yeah, that was my injury that I got at the last tournament I played on doubles match. And after that, I stopped immediately. I just did diagnostics. And after that, the solution for me for this case was surgery. And now I'm doing my recovery, which is about 6 to 8 months long. Right now, I passed half of that period of recovery, and I mostly did it at home. One part I had also in Croatia. I was doing recovery at the sea, where I had really good time. I could rest, and I could really use it good for my body. So yeah, I'm doing now 2 practices a day for my muscles, for my quadriceps, to strengthen those muscles and to be ready for normal daily activities and to go to back to normal life and later on to go back to sports life. So right now I'm not running. That's gonna wait. So it's gonna be hopefully around December at the end of the year, after we pass all tests of successful recovery and rehabilitation for this case. And actually this month I'm having the control check with my doctor in Slovenia. That's where I had my surgery with really, really great team. And I was really in great hands of Dr. Novak Samo. He is actually the instructor of those kind of surgeries to soothe the meniscus, and that's the technique that he developed really a lot. So I was in great hands, and till now everything is really good. I'm very happy for my recovery, for the procedures that I went with them, and so on. So yes, now I'm kind of doing something different than usually, because for the last 15 years I was in a constant schedule of practices and tournaments and really a lot away from home. So now I'm staying a lot at home, spending time with my family, which I couldn't for so many years. I was just like few days and then going again to tournaments or practicing. So I'm also using this time to work on myself and to enjoy the process as I was enjoying the process on court. So I kind of have to learn to enjoy also this.
The suffering.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's completely different, and
Yeah.
it's different from the life that I had. I'm relearning how to live this life,
Yeah.
the normal life of a normal person. But I'm happy because I was a lot with my family, which I couldn't do through years. And I feel the love, the support of them. I mean, I was feeling also when I was practicing
Yeah.
and playing tournaments. Obviously, I'm really happy for that. But like this, I'm more home. I'm at the center. I'm just enjoying it as much as I can, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so the one thing that I can tell you, like, so it's been a month since we did a podcast. So we did a podcast and didn't record, like we
Yes,
had some technical issues. Um, but since, and I saw you also in Bosnia because in this month I was there,
yes.
so I was so happy to see you. But what I can tell you from that time, a month ago that we spoke to now, I feel like you're more, I don't know, you feel more, you have different energy. Like you feel
Really?
happier. I don't know if
Yeah,
something happened.
it's
You just, maybe because you're further in the process of your rehab. Maybe we talked a lot about the mental side of it, the mental struggle. I feel like when we were talking back then, you were really like, after the conversation you're like, oh, I feel better now, but like I felt like you were more down, like you were struggling with that process, like of doing it. Maybe now because you're further in it, maybe you're feeling better, you're seeing that kind of, okay, I'm almost there, or I don't know, maybe the mental stuff that you've been working on, the things are coming on. I don't know what it is, but you have better energy now.
Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that, and I think you're right, because as every week goes, I see improvements, and I see my better state, like health
Yeah.
state.
Yeah.
So, and maybe also sharing that with somebody who is doing the same sport, doing this, having same challenges. Also,
Yeah.
you did your part with injury, so
Yeah.
it's we talked also
Yeah.
about that, and
Yeah.
I think also that helped because it's having someone that understands and can hear you. It's helps a lot, and sometimes maybe we don't realize. We think, it's okay, I can do it, but having someone just to share it makes you better, like you feel better. So maybe that was it, but I'm
Maybe,
happy
yeah.
if there is a, yeah.
Or maybe it was the trip to the sea.
I think that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that was true.
Who knows, like it can be both. But it can be a combination. But so what do you see that has been like the toughest like challenge in this? Is this your first like big injury, or you had them before? Like
uh,
surgery. Have you had any surgeries before, or this is the first one?
Well, no, this is my first surgery, but second, really serious injury that I had to stop for several months. When I was 16, I had injury of my lower back. So I was like, for 1 year, I was not playing and I was doing recovery. In between, the injury was like calmed down, and then I was like again on the court. But then in 1 month, I was again injured. So
Okay.
it was just, I mean, the whole time there was injury. But this is my first injury that I had to do surgery.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it was kind of really shock at the first, and just to do. I was always considering myself as healthy person and also sport person, and you have some injuries. I mean, you twist your ankle, or your shoulder hurts, or something, your arm, but that always goes in, I don't know, 15 days, and then you're again on the court.
Yeah.
But this was like really shock for me because, oh, now I have to do the surgery, and it was really different. But everything was going really like smooth and fast, and I had good people around me, my
Yeah.
family, my doctors. So
Yeah.
I really, I trust them, and I felt that I'm in good hands. So it was the different thing is that I completely stopped doing everything from the time that I was doing fully tournaments and practices, and
Hmm.
I was doing it from the morning to the night. So it was completely like change of the schedule. But somewhere I think I also needed that, and I wanted to use it because I was grinding like month and month and another month and another week, another tournament. I was just doing how I could do the best, and I think I needed the rest for it. But I mean, not under these consequences. It's we never know.
Today's video is sponsored by Lucky in Love. Gone are the days of ladies' golf and tennis apparel that all look the same. Lucky in Love is ushering in a new age. The high end women's apparel brings options fit for the modern, expressive woman. Partake in the ultimate luxury and shop Lucky in Love for your new favorite fashion items for women, and use code EB20 to get 20% off your next purchase. We never know, and like we want something or we plan something, but there is just like sometimes things are out of our control and they happen for a reason, and there's higher power or God or whatever you believe in, that you know it, we can't control what's in the store for
Yeah.
us, right? You can do
Yes.
your
Yes.
best, you can do what's in your control, but then things happen and you're like, well, I planned all this, but now have to sit, like there's the same thing. Like I can relate also. Like I go, go, go. I do so much. And then it's like my body crashes. And it's like, that's the only way I'm going to rest. Right.
Yeah,
And, but it's so important to take that time for yourself to rest, to reflect on things, because
exactly.
that's when you grow as a person. That's when you come up with new ideas or plan something,
Yes,
when you're in that quiet mind instead of constantly being surrounded by noise,
yes,
by activities, by people, you know. But we nowadays we live in such busy lives that there's so much to do or people to talk to, and it's like it's hard to find that time. But I was going to
yes.
ask you, with your with the recovery and the rehab process now, what do you think? What's been the most helpful that you've learned about yourself, or as a person, or as a player, and what has helped you the most? Like the support system is from your family, taking time for yourself, maybe reading some book or listening some podcast. What have you done or learned in the last few, I don't know, months that you've been going through this?
Yeah, it's a good question because I was thinking a lot about that when the injury just happened, and I was kind of thinking, okay, now I have to do the recovery, and my rehab is gonna take 6 to 8 months. So I want to use that time to work on anything that I can be better at. So obviously I cannot do the physical work. I can do some after I'm recovered, half recovered. I can do some exercises to keep my body in a good shape and to do exercises that I have to do for my leg.
Mm-hmm.
But other things that I didn't have so much time to do, like reading, like listening to podcasts, like taking new informations, or also just to rest, like doing nothing. Also to
Yeah.
learn how
Yeah.
to do nothing,
Nothing.
because
Yeah.
I
That's
was like
so hard.
first period, like the first part of that, I was like, I'm just sitting and I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I need to learn how to, okay, I don't have anything. I don't have the schedule. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel good about this. And day by day, I was kind of working on anything that I could be better at. I was reading a lot, and still I am reading different kind of books, like some self-improvement books, some novels, anything that I find good at that time,
Mhm.
that I feel good about that. I went to vacation that I didn't have for so long, so
Yeah.
with my family. So it was really, I enjoyed it, and we were all together for, I don't know, like 3 weeks. So I cannot remember when was the last time that we went like this all together, because now everyone has their own schedule, and
Yeah.
it was really nice to spend time at home and with my family. Um, so yeah, I mean, I was going to the nature a lot. Uh, so I was using to refresh my mind, refresh my body in any
Yes.
way that I can.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great. Maybe you're gonna start enjoying this time more. And like, so when you go back to play, you're gonna be like, oh, I missed that time that I
Yeah.
had, you know?
But we need that feeling also when we are stopping for,
Yes.
I don't know, 5 days or 10 days. You have that feeling. Oh, I missed this. I missed hitting ball, and of course now I miss standing just on the baseline and hearing the sound of the ball and
Yes.
feeling
Yeah.
the racket and the
Yes.
surface under my toes and under my
Yes.
feet and everything,
Yes.
just to
Yes.
everything. But yeah, it's gonna be soon. I believe.
It will, and then you will also appreciate it more, and the time that you have on court to like
Yeah.
to enjoy it. To I tell that to a lot of, I've been coaching, and even now, to the kids that I coach, I play with sometimes, just like how important it is to be grateful for every day that you're on court, that you're doing what you love, that
Yeah.
you're able to have that opportunity, as cheesy as it sounds, as simple as it sounds. That's so important when you start getting anxious on court, when you start getting nervous, when you start getting mad, like to bring yourself in the present and just be like, I'm doing what I love. I love this sport. I'm so grateful to be
Yeah.
that I'm healthy, that nothing hurts, that I can do this, instead of focusing on what all is going wrong, because something is going wrong all the time and it will go wrong. It's sport, you know?
Yes.
And
Yes.
and
And tennis is
yeah.
really like really specific sport where you have a lot of mistakes. So you have to deal with
Yes.
those
Yes.
mistakes, and I mean it really can be hard at some moments, and we can be really negative. But I mean we have to learn how to manage that, especially on court when we are playing the match, and it's the opponent is not gonna like he's gonna use that against us, so we have to be the friend to ourselves on the court. It's we have to
No,
learn that.
that's good how you said we have to be a friend to ourselves and not the enemy, because that person that's
Yes.
in the head, you're constantly fighting with that person, right? It's always like the stock, and
Yeah.
that's really good what you said. You have to be a friend instead of
Yeah, I mean it's
it's
better
true.
to think that way. I mean we already have one another
I know,
another like enemy. I mean it's not an enemy, but
an opponent,
it's
I
we are
guess.
playing,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah, not enemy, yeah.
that's why they say like that in tennis you're playing against yourself most of the time, which is so true.
Yeah.
Like you're not even thinking about that other person. You're just thinking about all the issues that you're struggling with and everything that's going on in your head. But you see, like if you can quiet that mind, but it's important to quiet it, being able to quiet it off the court so you can quiet it on the
Yes.
court as well. It's so important. But I guess with matches, with time, with maturity, all these things come, right?
Yes, I
But
agree. With work and it's with experience, you
yeah,
start to manage it better and better.
yeah, for sure. So, what we were talking about this, what is the best advice you have gotten in your tennis career from your coach or a friend or anyone?
Yeah, it's let me think. I'm trying to remember what I said the last time because
I
I know
know,
it was like really,
I
it was a
know,
really good story.
no,
It was a
I
good
know.
story.
I
Uh,
remember also,
uh,
like, why did she? It
yeah.
was from your coach when you were younger. Uh,
Yes, I remember now. I was younger and I was 15 and I just won ITF Junior. It was my first ITF Junior that I won, and I think also one of the first, not the first, but one of the first that I played in Mostar. And I was going back from that tournament. It was end of the tournament. I was happy. I won it, and you're doing photos and you're receiving the trophy. So with all the things in the car and going back home, we had to drive for 3-4 hours. So we were driving, and of course, you're happy, you're really excited about everything. You cannot wait to come home and to show the trophy to your family. So, and we were singing, we were talking, we were really happy. And then my coach said to me, enjoy today, and it's your day. It has to be because you have to enjoy it, and it's you deserved it. But remember, tomorrow rest, and it's another day, and we have to go to practice again, because another day you have another practice, and you cannot live from the past glory or glory from the past. So it's you have to, even if you win or you lose, you have to go and work another day. Like, that didn't happen. You have to, of course, you have to be proud of that. And I mean, that's what my coach was trying to teach me, and also mostly coaches that I work with, that I have to cherish those moments, but I have to be ready to go for next challenges, and you have another match, another tournament. So you I mean, enjoy it, but don't be in that moment, because you have to work again.
Yeah, you have to keep going. You have to keep going.
Yeah. So
I like that. That's because that's tennis, right? Like, it's week in, week
yes,
out. You can have a great week, win a
yes,
tournament, but literally in 2 days you have another match, first round, and you can lose immediately, and then you're like,
yeah.
no.
It's a discipline. You have to be really
Yes.
disciplined and consistent with your work, with your mindset, everything.
Yeah. You also your when we're talking about the results, so your best win, your best result was in 2022 when you were playing the WTA in Strasbourg, and you came in as a lucky loser. You beat Sloane Stevens. I remember we talked about how I watched with
Yes.
boys, and my boys were cheering you on, and I
Yeah, I
recorded
have the
and sent it
video
to you. We
from,
were so
yes.
happy.
Yeah, it was
How was that feeling? Like, how did you feel playing against the high level player and beating her? What do you think? Like, were you playing like some of your best tennis, or it was like lucky, or it was a combination of both? What? Well, you got in as a lucky loser, so you have to get lucky.
yes.
At some point.
Sometimes you have to be lucky when everything comes in a place. When you work hard, I think it comes in
Yes.
some way of luck.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really a big challenge for me. I would say that was one of the biggest challenges that I had in my career, and it was my first WTA tournament, and I was really like seeing some things for the first time. So I was learning how it goes in the big tennis world. So I got in as a lucky loser. I don't know who is gonna listen to this podcast. So lucky loser is someone who lost in a
Yes.
qualification rounds, and by picking out if there are spots in the main draw, there happens to be a spot in the main draw. They can pick out the lucky loser. So, and they are doing it by random, like picking out the random from everyone from the last round, and then if there is another place, so from the first round in qualification. So I got picked up by some sort of luck.
Yeah.
How anyone, I mean, somebody calls it luck. So I don't know anything.
It's like with
So
the draw.
I got in as as a lucky loser, and first there was like I was shocked by that by these news, and then I saw, okay, I'm playing against Sloane Stevens, and okay, I need to prepare for this match. So I wanted to go in the court as ready as I can be, as much as I can be. So I was preparing myself mentally mostly. I mean, with tennis, I cannot change much in 1 day or 2 days. I practiced as I practice, so I cannot change much in 1 day. But I was preparing myself mentally to be ready for that match, to go on the court, and I want to win. I'm underdog, but I'm not just there to have fun and just let myself out and be whatever it's gonna be. I wanted to go there and of course enjoy it, because
Yeah.
it's really a great opportunity for me. I'm playing against one of the greatest players in the tennis history. She's US Open champion, and I was I want to use it, but I'm there to win. Also, she has to play against me. So we played 3 sets. First set, I was managing my emotions a lot. I was trying to be focused, but of course, I was a little bit nervous, and I couldn't play my tennis as best as I could. So I was trying to calm down myself, and then second set and third set, I was more and more focused as the match was going and going. Each game, I was feeling better. The important was to move. So if I feel my body, I can also feel the ball. I can feel my racket. And that's what I was trying to do, and just be simple on court. And I got there. With each game, I was feeling better on court. It was a great match. I was really enjoying it, and I was happy that I could play it and win it. I was doing at the time I started doing a lot of visualization, and for that match I did also visualization, and I was like, okay, if I got to the match point, how it's gonna be, because if I have the match point, I want to be ready, not surprised by that I'm 1 point away from winning that match. So I also did preparation for that, and I think all things came together to be ready. Also work that I did before, mental part, also some luck. You have to have it sometimes in your career, in some moments. Everyone has that. And yes, it was one of the biggest wins and challenges in my tennis career.
Today's episode is sponsored by MatchSet. MatchSet is an amazing company that provides players with incredible equipment and apparel. With MatchSet, equipment does matter, and they make sure it won't slow you down. Use code tenniswithema to get 10% of Match Tennis today.
No, that's awesome how you said that, how you walked us through at the beginning, the emotions and everything, and how you were up and down, calming down, and you were able to manage it well. And I like that. I remember when I did visualization a long time ago, it helped me a lot. I don't know why I don't do it now. Maybe I should start doing it again. Like I would do it like the night before the match, and you put yourself like in the position like you're on the court. You put yourself in the situation of the point. Exactly right. Is that how you're doing it
Yes.
too? Or
yes, yes. Yes, I mean that's mostly that. So, but everyone has their system and
exactly. But you have to make it
routine.
as realistic as possible. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Just you live it, and then when you're on the court, you relive
like
it
you've been
again.
there.
So
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, you're more ready.
Yeah, I think that for tennis players, or maybe for any sport, I don't know other sports. I don't know much about other sports, but I think it's for everything. It's
Yes,
important. It's a
I
big
think so.
part. Okay. So I have so many questions, but I'm trying to pick one, like which one is good.
Let's go.
Okay. What do you think? What separates a player that's top 500 versus a player that's top 100?
Okay. I
Just
think
curious. I
it's
ask this one a lot.
yeah, I was as I was getting close to top 100, to that number, I was thinking about that and putting on paper, like just seeing what's gonna work for me and how those players are doing things that made them top 100 and what I'm doing now, and what is doing somebody who is 500 or 600. I think it's a lot. Answer is like discipline and consistency. You have to be disciplined with good work, to do things that is out of your comfort zone. Like even if you don't like them, you have to be disciplined to do them. To be consistent in the way of doing that work, and also be consistent with results, because we are playing. I think now is the rule to play 18 tournaments. Actually, 18 tournaments goes in the sum for 1 year for your ranking, but you can play as much as you want. You can play every week if you want. Yeah. So you have to be
18 best results, I'm guessing.
Yes, 18 best results for 1 year, for 52 weeks. So I think it was 16 last year, but they added like 2 more. So you have really to keep your level through the whole year, and it's challenging. It's not easy to do. Also, I think the players who are top 100 and also below, like top 10, top 20, they're working a lot on their mental game to not stay for too long in negative moments. And everyone who was talking about their success, about what they are doing for the tennis, I think they were mostly talking about this. You have to work for solutions, not think about past moments. And I think players who are out like top 500 and they're more up in the ranking, that they are staying a lot in those moments. And the better player is the one who is managing this better, who is going no matter the moment or the point that they're lost before.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you said like being disciplined about the little things and being consistent. It's I feel like nowadays, like I talk with a lot of players, I see a lot of people, I feel like everyone is kind of like doing it though. Like I'm doing it. I'm 992 right now. um I I'm like so disciplined with everything that I can, right? That but it's like, okay, well, so different. I'm just starting again. But still, like you go to these tournaments, you see these girls are all doing all their warm up really good before the practice, before the match, journaling, doing this, doing like cooling down, talking with their coaches, preparing for the matches. But the mental part, what you said, a lot, I think like that comes at the end, it comes down to that. Like who's mentally tougher, who is able to stay in the present moment and not like I just see everyone getting so mad, right? Like with the smallest thing, right? I mean, we're guilty of it sometimes as well. But who can, like Djokovic says, like he gets negative too, but it's about accepting that and moving on and not being stuck on that feeling for so long. Okay, I accept it. I feel like this right now. Okay, but I'm gonna move on to the next one.
I think actually I saw his interview somewhere that he was talking about that, about the mental part and those like staying in those moments that everyone, I think, yes, it was his interview, and they were asking him if he has any moments that he is negative, that he is not thinking like really positive about the game, about himself. And he said, of course I have it, and of course I'm sometimes nervous and I'm scared, but I'm not staying there. I'm managing those moments. And if you stay less, you can be better in what you're doing. It was his interview, his words.
Yeah, exactly. I saw it as well. That's why That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
too.
yeah. I remember now.
Um, I didn't ask you this, but this is right now just came up to my mind. Growing up as a kid, did you play any other sports or you just did tennis?
Yeah, I was in another sports. Actually, I was also in music school
Oh wow.
when I was 8, 9, 10 in
Okay.
this age.
Okay.
I was doing another sports, not just tennis. It was swimming, it was
Okay.
tennis, and it was karate. So
Okay.
I was doing 3 sports, and when I was 8, 9, I was also playing a violin.
Nice.
But the violin got dropped really fast. I was not so much excited about playing an instrument, despite that my mom is the professor of flute.
Oh wow.
But I
Okay.
was not so I was not so much into that. I was more excited about doing sports, and then when I was around 10, I decided with my parents, also my brother was playing with me at that time. We decided that we are going to stay in tennis, as Tuzla was really great tennis place. They had
Yeah.
really great tradition. My first
Mm-hmm.
coach was from the tennis family, so it was kind of making the most sense to stay
Yeah.
there. And I was already doing it good. I was loving it, and
Yeah.
I wanted to stay there. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I was just wondering because a lot of people are talking now about like, specializing too early in tennis or deciding too early, like how how important it is to try different sports, to play different sports and not
Yes.
to do only tennis because some parents start pushing their kids from 5, 6 and just tennis, tennis, tennis. And then you see more injuries, you see burnouts sooner, compared to the other kids where they played other sports. And then around 10, 11 is a good age to just choose one, right?
Yeah, it's not late. It's not like 9, 10. It's not late to go just another sport. I mean, just one sport doesn't mean that you're not doing another sport. But
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it can develop different kind of muscles because um, it's just it's different. You're using different muscles. You're using it.
Yeah.
It's different sport. So I think it can only add to your result later, not
Yeah.
to take it away.
Take away from it. Yeah, I agree 100%. But yeah, good to know. I didn't know that about you. So good to know.
Yeah,
When I
yeah.
need somebody to play violin, not gonna call
Oh
you.
my god! But I also had my concert. Like I was playing, and it was the I think the Swan Lake. Well, like one part because it was not possible to play the whole. But I was playing one part, and I remember I was having the concert, but I was enjoying more doing sport.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Well, we're running out of time. Just two more last questions.
Okay.
And I asked you this before, so maybe you'll remember, maybe not. Favorite book for self-improvement?
Okay. Recently I was reading 5 a.m. Club.
I remember
Actually,
you saying that one.
I was reading it before, but I think those kind of books you
Yes.
pick
Yeah.
books that you can go back to, and
Yes. Yeah.
I was reading it recently. Yeah, again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Also, I liked the When Nietzsche Cried. It's another kind of the book, but I like the story. It was keeping me it was interesting, and it was having a good, how to say, the, doesn't matter, the good story.
Good story.
Yeah.
And favorite quote?
Favorite quote. Okay. I have few, but the one that it's like the top. It's I fear no one but respect everyone from Roger Federer.
Ooh.
He's my favorite player. So yeah, I took this one from him.
Good. I mean, it's a quote,
Yeah.
so we'll
Yeah.
take the Federer's one. So when can we expect you practicing again? Now it's September 11th. This episode will release sometime in October. So when can we expect you
Okay.
playing?
Well, the full recovery is scheduled around December or January. That I could, at that time, I should be able to go run slowly and doing low intensity practices that I can do everything with my knee. Fully practicing, we will see. It also depends on my body, what it says. And actually this month I'm having a check with my doctor. I'm having with him the control, so also what he's gonna say about my knee and the rehab, how it's going, what I have to do next. Because I'm finishing now one part of recovery.
Okay.
And yeah, we will see, but I cannot wait. And I think I'm going to be more happy than before to go playing, to be on the court. Enjoy it more, respect it more. I mean, I was already doing it with all things that I was doing on court. It was like my place to be, to have just my mind off. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna miss it so much.
I know, but it's all gonna come together for you, and use next few months really to keep working on yourself, and it's gonna go by fast. And I really can't wait to see you on the court and to practice and play together.
Yeah, I want to practice together. We did
it. We will.
It's so
you
many
can
years.
Come here. You can come. You said the other day you want to play those courts, but you're welcome to
thank
come
you
for
so much.
When it's cold in Bosnia. You can spend a few weeks here in Florida, and we
thank
can
you
train.
So
and
much.
then in summer, I'll come to Bosnia. And that's it.
Yes. Okay. Deal. I like that.
That's a good deal.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much again for taking your time, and hopefully this episode will record.
Yes, I hope too. It was so good, but doesn't matter. We can also record it third time.
Exactly.
It's
gotta keep getting
we're gonna have a good talk. Yes. Thank you, Emma, and I'm saying hi also to your audience, and I'm happy that we have them to talk about these topics, and yeah, we will see what's next. Maybe they'll have some topics. Yeah,
maybe we'll have another, and then we'll for sure keep in touch. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you so much for supporting and listening to our podcast. Make sure to follow us on social media.
And be sure to listen to next week's episode of the Amazing Tennis Podcast.